Hey there guys, so the last time in the solo leveling, Jinwoo had appeared to take on the Ant King who soloed the S-rank hunters. Their clash was enough to make anyone's jaw drop from the power they were emitting, and their fight was excelling with every time they hit each other, but very soon noticed that Jinwoo far exceeds in terms of power, so he used poison on him, but due to the system's blessing, even that didn't work, so Baru initially chose to use his second form to beat Jinwoo with speed. But honestly, for the first time Baru appeared he looked so disappointing, but who knew the animators were just messing as they had stored this up ahead. Anyways, Jinwoo instills the fear in that tenacious Ant King that he tried to run out of fight many times, but Jinwoo didn't let him, and in the end, Baru meets his end and the S-rank raid comes to an end, but Cha Haein was still in critical condition, and to save her life, Jinwoo even used Elixir of Life, but even that wasn't enough, and now, Jinwoo had only one way left, so first he asked cameraman to turn off the camera as Tusk brought the dead body of Mingbyung. Beck wasn't sure what Jinwoo was doing, but Jinwoo shuts him up and awakens Mingbyung's shadow, and without any order, he starts to heal Cha Haein. Due to that Jinwoo realized he must have been a good person. Beck couldn't agree more, but Mingbyung was tired of fighting, so Beck asked him to let Mingbyung go. It was an earnest request, so Jinwoo cancelled the shadow extraction, and meanwhile, that Japanese hunter had gotten traumatized to pull out any orders, but he heard that Ant King died. He literally thought something who killed Gota couldn't be killed, and his superior was the same. 10 out of 7 S-rank died, and doing anything else would tip the balance of global power. Such a messed up situation Japanese hunters were in, and after that, the Ant army ran rampant without a leader, so other lesser rank hunters were having a hard time, while everyone else made their way back to the chopper. But Jinwoo had decided to stay back and clean out the ant's egg. Even eggs were giving out EXP, and Jinwoo found a good sword stashed in his inventory. Then his eyes were laid on the Ant King and the shadow extraction was possible. So Jinwoo arises the Ant King, and for a moment Jinwoo went into a desolate state. But after that the Ant King has come out with his tenacious strength to serve his new king. Jinwoo was surprised it could speak. While none of his shadow soldiers could, he had a rank completely new compared to others, and Jinwoo doubts the Ant King would be loyal to him since he killed him. But Ant King considered he was reborn by Jinwoo, not killed by him, so Jinwoo named him Baru. Then away from there, Ant army was getting near the shore and the hunters were trying to keep them from entering the city. Their numbers were 4,000. So Jinwoo orders Baru to go take care of it, and soon, Baru took out most of the Ant at an enormous speed, and Chopper taking out S-rank hunters was in a tough spot because of those bugs in the air, but Jinwoo saved them yet again, and with the new dawn, the nightmare of Jeju Island finally ended. Korean S-ranks were returned safe, but Cha Haein was still unconscious, so she was sent to the hospital. This raid took many lives, but the end was successful after 4 years. But somewhere around China, few ants have escaped there, but army didn't fire their weapons because the strongest hunter of China wanted to do some warm-up. Although he wished to fight Baru to challenge himself, Luzhin is quite strong. But in Korea, a memorial has been organized to honor those who lost their lives in this raid. Many people came in and Jinwoo paid his respects to them. Some were considering him a hero, but some were criticizing him for not joining the raid from the start. If he did, many people wouldn't have lost their lives. That's true at some point. But Beck tells Jinwoo not to feel down because he ended the bloody tragedy of the Jeju Island. Then moving forward, things are going to get hectic. But first Go-gun he thanked Jinwoo for ending Jeju Island raid, but now showcasing his power in front of the world will surely make him the center of attraction at the international level. Many will approach him, and Go-gun he wanted to know what Jinwoo plans to do. Jinwoo had thought about this, about making his own guild, and at Jeju Island, other decent ranked hunters were sent to make sure the island is safe and sound so that they could mine the resources and stuff. Because some ants were still crawling in and there a mysterious man showed up. He was speaking in an odd language, but someone behind him made the hunters unconscious. They were here to check things out, and it was confirmed that it was the power of Shadow Monarch who did the hunting here. But for now they chose to take a step back to prepare for their plan to move forward as smoothly as it could. But Jinwoo's father saw them too, and Jinwoo, he was stuck in a long traffic and he gave the news to Jinho. But Song-yi was more interested to join the guild than Jinho, and there Jinwoo cuts the call. But then Go-gun he calls Jinwoo because a B-rank gate had appeared on the highway. That explains the long traffic jam. So Jinwoo got the permission to enter the gate from Go-gun he, and it turns out to be a red gate, and Jinwoo too realized it after entering. Well, anyways, it wasn't that big of a deal for the guy. After all, he had survived much worse fights than this one, so he let his shadow army have some fun, and Sha Heian saw firsthand how lacking she is, that at the end, she was needed the saving, so she still needs to learn many things, and her goal is to catch up to Jinwoo, a commendable dream, and just like here, there are many other hunters who risk their lives, some for gains while some with noble intentions of protecting others, but the danger of death never leaves either of them, yet they strive to stand tall to fulfill their ideals and to defy the fate. Many are at the top of the food chain, but it won't take long for Jinwoo to reach there, so the journey will continue with Season 3. But for now, Season 2 ends, and for more new anime episode recaps, just stay tuned to my channel, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. Until then, take care.